Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew coming at you. Oh, there's the camera. I haven't switched around here. Anyways, I'm gonna talk. This one I'm gonna go through your questions and comments. I have like my computer screen in front of me. I know the setup I have using right now isn't perfect. The lighting isn't perfect. I don't like that I get a little bit of glare from over here. I'll work on that in the future, but right now I'm gonna just try to be as consistent as I can be. I have to look at the screen directly in front of me, and I kind of have to rotate a little bit because I have a camera in front of me. So I don't know how perfect this video is going to be, but I'm going to give it a try. So that's why I'm not always looking directly in the camera. My plan slash goal for this video and others, what do I got there? Okay, cool. Is to read your questions and comments, go through, and try to upload more. So what I'm saying is, with this setup I have now, although it's not perfect, it allows me to be a little more consistent, because what's nice about using my main computer rig, which I got fixed, is that I can multitask on here. It renders videos much faster. It's easier to upload, and then I can like do your comments. So I can set down some time. I have some time over the next 2 weeks where I'm not working so much. So I'm going to try to upload more. I'm going to try to do a video a day if I can, because I have a lot of ideas I want to get through. I really want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you are new to the channel and you like the content, feel free to give me a like or a thumbs up. By the way, got a Christmas pickup. I just got myself a mechanical keyboard, if you can hear here. And it's so nice. It's so nice to get that clicky sound. I love it. It's awesome. So anyways, I'm going to find the first comment here and go through what I can. These are ones that I haven't really responded to so much. So Benjamin asked me, so what type of job are you getting? This is in response to me changing, I guess. I understand if you don't want to say, but maybe you could just say if you're in sales or in customer service. So yeah, I'm not going to go into details, but I will say that I work in education, and that's about as far as I'll go. And that's it. So there, now you know. Also, Khaled said on the response to this video, because I did do a video on Christmas being celebrated on the 24th in Sweden, and I know it's not just Sweden, it's other parts of Europe as well, but Khaled said that it's celebrated more on the 24th than in any other country. I don't know for a fact if that's true or not, but I thought it was interesting enough to talk about, so I put that one there. Let's go on to the next one. Mark Lambert says, sounds like a plan, but I don't know whether I would do something so drastic to learn a language in a country that speaks English so fluently. I downloaded Duolingo, and I'm trying Swedish that way. I'm using it as a personal challenge. I seem to be pretty good at learning languages anyways. At least I pick up accents, grammar, inflections pretty easily. But anyways, have a really great Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's drastic, but at the same time, like, it's time. I have never tried Duolingo, actually, but I've heard with Duolingo you don't actually hear a regular person speaking the language as much as it's like a computer program. Where I really like Babbel because it's native speakers speaking the language, and I found that when I took my language test, my reading was really good, and I think that had a lot to do with the program and how it was teaching me things. So I really enjoyed that. This is Mark. We're talking about Facebook because I did another video on Facebook. He says I keep deleting the app and then bringing it back, but it takes longer every time. One of these days. Let's see. Moving ahead here, Scott says, major bonus points for you and your change. Looking forward to see the opportunities it presents to you in the future. Thank you very much. I have to say as well that this YouTube channel as a whole, although maybe the quality is not perfect, and I know that, guys, I know, but I do have a microphone, and I'm using my iPhone right now. My plan is to invest the money I make from the channel back into the channel. And so I will get a better camera and lighting as time goes by. It'd probably take a couple months because I just want to I don't want to throw a lot of money back into it. I got my computer fixed on my own money. It's just once things start to pick up, I will invest in a camera. So my goal was probably to buy a camera, like a 2,000, 3,000 crown camera that will probably do a little bit better with the lighting. I'm going to invest in some lights that are more in the front here, but I think that there's a lot of opportunities with YouTube. For example, my music's below in the links, and you guys can click that anytime. I'm actually not a bad musician if you want to go ahead and check that out. You can listen to my stuff on SoundCloud for free, actually, as well. And so what I mean is, I have learned so much from using YouTube. I think that in this day and age, a personal brand is really cool, and that's what I'm trying to build here in this channel. I don't know what my personal brand is, and the fun thing about YouTube is, like, I just would like to make some money with it. But I think what's cool about YouTube is it allows you to grow. Like I'm growing at a level where I think is consistent. Like in a year, it was like 730 subscribers is what I gained. I would have loved to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, but still, it allows you to grow in a way where you can learn. Like I think if you just had a YouTube video and it blew up, it would be difficult actually to follow everything up. So I'll do another video probably talking about my goals for 2018 with YouTube, what I hope to accomplish. But I'm excited for the new opportunities, the new challenge, and I'm also excited to continue to keep working with YouTube because I think it's a great thing. Frederick says, good luck to you, man. Brave decision. I think it's a really good way to improve your Swedish. Thank you very much. Margaret, I hope I said your name right, and I'm sorry if I didn't. It says, hej, tycker det svenska låter rätt bra. Barnböckerna är jättebra att läsa. Du kan också söka en grammatik barnprogram som heter 5 mer är fler är 4 elefanter. That's cool. Det är lite barnsligt, men det lär de ut hur bokstäver, letter och hur de används. De lär också prepositioner. Lycka till. So I get what you're writing there. I know that probably my pronunciation, reading it out loud, wasn't the greatest. But yeah, children's books are really good. You can also search for this Grammatique children's program. It's called 5 Ants and 4 Elephants, or 5 Ants and Moving Our 4 Elephants. It's a little children's book, but you can learn a lot of grammar and stuff. Basically what she's saying. So awesome. Thank you very much. Khaled says, I think it's a great idea for you to venture out and become fluent in Swedish. It's the biggest way to become fully immersed in the culture. Living in Austria, I learned a lot just by using German every day and really not using English at all, even at work. Even though people would know I speak English, they would speak to me in German, and I really appreciated that. I'm sure in Sweden it might be harder because many more people speak English, but you should try your best to start off speaking Swedish right from the beginning and learning English only very important topics. Also, I think Sweden is harder to pronounce than German. Just take some practice. How long have you been living in Sweden? I've been living in Sweden for 5.5 years. I agree the pronunciation is really hard. For me, it's definitely the verbs like o, a, and ö. Like I was just trying to say reading before in the comment below, which is that läsa. But sometimes I might say läsa, or I get reading and homework I get lesser and laxor confused a lot of the times. It's speaking it and being understood that I find to be the most difficult. Also, when I hear people speak Swedish very quickly, it's like the point my brain is understanding what they're saying. It's like almost sometimes I feel like I'm understanding single words at a time, and it makes it hard for me to get the whole story, if that makes sense. It's like I'm hearing the words, my brain is understanding them, but maybe not always at the fastest level for it to really be helpful for me. So it's something I'm working on. But overall, I'm feeling much more confident, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, I feel confident trying something new. I think it's a cool thing. So I really appreciate the support from all of you. Thank you. Let's see here. A lot of people said lycka till. Marty Nelson says, Mr. Guthrie, I agree that YouTube viewers can find a lot of good information on some YouTube channels. With Mr. Austin's channel, I find a lot of information on student instruments. I have not experienced profanity and vulgar on Mr. Austin's. This was just in a response of, I think that Facebook is a lot more toxic than YouTube. I agree. Like, you go in any YouTube comment, and you can go down the YouTube wormhole, and you can see that there is a lot of, not great things on YouTube. But I mean, on YouTube, I feel you can control a little bit more what you watch, what you see. On Facebook, if you scroll, just videos start playing right away. And I know for me personally, a lot of the YouTube channels I watch are self-help channels and things that really interest me. And another cool thing as a YouTuber is I follow YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers that maybe have 1,000 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers. I follow YouTubers that are a little bit bigger than me to try to grow. There's always going to be mean and hateful comments. There's always going to be negative things. For me, a lot of times it feels like I get ones with like political agendas, and they'll comment mass on my page and just turn my channel into something I don't want it to be. And it's just something I have to deal with as well. My channel is about information, about talking about myself, and kind of building a personal brand, if you will. And having a good time and fun. I want people to come here and be able to relax and hear things from a different perspective. So, but So then this was the response I had. I forget the comment. I think it was Scott who talked about how he saw this on other channels. Is that there was a lot of profanity on YouTube. So I agree with you, Scott. I just think that there's more on probably Facebook than there is on YouTube. I guess it depends where you look, because like I'm not into like prank videos, and I'm not into maybe what's always trending on YouTube. I like to follow things on YouTube that interest me, that I find benefit my life, and I think overall, less use social media is healthy, which is hard because I am a YouTuber, but I do feel that way. Let's move on. This is on cell phone services, actually. This is a bit of an older one, but I got 3 from Desnico here, so I'm going to go into it. For what it's worth noting is that Sweden used to have government-owned phone services, which has particularly persisted and is probably the main reason why the price competition is so fierce. It also has a very solid infrastructure which helps keep the cost down. Thank you for that comment. This is on the Saab manufacturing cars. Next comment he had. The automobile part of Saab is a separate branch, as you suspected, and it was indeed bought out by GM and basically tasked with putting Saab emblems on other cars and selling them. But, well, there is a reason that Saab got into financial troubles in the first place. Instead of just changing out the emblems and selling the cars, they basically remade the entire thing down to a custom-made GPS. They're just a certain standard that won't allow themselves to fall beneath, and they're a bit crazy in whole search for perfection. For example, a standard test that Saab's were put through was to be dropped from a certain height upside down and have the roof maintain its shape and not collapse. As such, Saab cars are the safest cars in the world, but they paid for it with their future as a company. And just so you guys know, I was in a car accident with a Saab. We did flip. The car held its structure, and it did save my life. And we were just talking about what was the downfall of Saab. And personally, I thank you for the information. I also think a lot of it had to do with GM buying them out, because when 2009 economic collapse came, I just think it affected everybody, and Saab just got caught in the mix, basically. And this is about Apple products in Sweden that I did talk about. Desnico said, just wanted to put it out there that Apple has finally admitted they're slowing down older products other than release new ones. This is true. Now, I want to go into this. First of all, I'm sure that Apple is not the only company doing this. They're the ones that got caught due to the benchmarks. They're the most popular company, but I'm sure, I have no doubts that probably Samsung and some of the other competitors are doing the same. Now, what this basically Apple does is if your battery is old in your phone, because there's a problem with iPhone shutting down, they created an update. They make your phone use less power to stop the processor, I guess, from triggering the phone to shut down. Now, I have an iPhone 6, and I was having shut-off problems, and I put a new battery in over the summer for about 700 crowns, and so that doesn't happen to me. And my opinion is this: if you got an iPhone that's over 2 years old, and you want to use it for a couple of more years, it's worth putting the new battery in, and then if you do that, you're going to get more life out of it. So although Apple got caught, and it would have been better if Apple would have talked about it. And keep in mind, I am an Apple stockholder, so maybe I'm a little bit biased in that sense, but still, I feel that although it's weird that they got caught in this one, I still think that they're doing a good job with products. I'm a lover of Android as well. I used Android for many, many years, and I just have no doubt that there's phone companies for Android that do the same thing. If they're having regular updates and a phone's supposed to last for a couple of years, they're probably going to do the same thing. For example, Google, with their Google phone in the next couple of years, they might do the exact same thing for the battery issue because they want the phones to last longer. So Apple's slowing it down, yes, but it seems like they're slowing it down for the right reasons. They just maybe should tell their customer. But my advice to you, you have an older iPhone, just spend the money to get the battery replaced. It's very simple. That's what I did, and it was great. Martin is wishing me a good Yule. Thank you. I had a great Christmas. Gaming site says, hey, I'm from Sweden, and where in Sweden do you live? I don't go in the exact specifics, but I'll say that I live in Östergötland, and then you can figure it out from there. But I'm also a lot of times in the Stockholm area as well. So now you guys know. Boom. Christina says, Merry Christmas to the both of you. I wouldn't say you missed anything. However, it seems to be a common misconception that the 24th is the day that Christmas gets celebrated in Europe. At least for Germany, I can say that we exchange gifts on the 24th. Santa shows up in person in the evening, but we officially celebrate Christmas on the 25th. So both days are pretty much equal in their importance if you celebrate Christmas. Yeah, I just meant in America that the 24th isn't really Red Day like it is in Sweden, which I can do video on Red Days. As far as I know, it's still a working day for a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know about that. I just mean things aren't shut down nearly as much. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I've been there. I don't want to make that mistake. Rankin says we don't celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Yule. It's different. Thank you. And then finally, that kebab pizza looks amazing, and I have to say it was amazing. And honestly, my YouTube videos when I talk about kebab pizza are quite popular. I probably have to do that in the future. Anyways, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope I responded to all of the comments I could. I did my very best. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, would love to have you subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.